So I'm refurbishing this lamp, an outdoor sconce, and it's got paint on it and caulk, looks like, and paint splatters. And I'm just sanding it down. Turns out it's brass. So I think it was gonna look pretty nice. And I'll probably spray it with like a finish so it stays good. I don't know if this even works. This is pretty crusty. But I can take this out and remove it and change that. I have built lamps in the past. If you look at my other, well, you could see them on this channel under lamps, I think, a playlist. But, you know, it's patinaed, but I started sanding it to get rid of the paint. And, you know, I thought, well, that looks kind of nice. So I'm going to refurbish this. And I took the glass out carefully so I didn't break it. And it has this pebbled surface, which is very nice. So I guess it diffuses the light a little bit. I mean, it's clear, but it's pebbled. And you can see what it does there versus that. So that's kind of nice. I'll clean those up once I get that all cleaned up and sprayed. And add that to the front of the house. So I decided to use this Peroxon mini angle grinder with a, I don't know what kind of disc you call that, buffer, but it was more fast aggressive, so it was faster than doing it by hand with a 220 grit. So ixnay on that. And since it's kind of hard to film and also do this unless you set it up, and it's so redundant and repetitive, I'm trying to get away from that and make it a little bit more direct. I don't need to show you how long I use this to make this happen, but it's very smooth, less scratches than the sandpaper, so I'm gonna go with that. And it should take this paint and caulk off quickly. The platform is on. The roof will come on next. So it was the compression fitting right there that was leaking. Had a friend come over and noticed it right away. He's an expert plumber, and he put Teflon tape in there and fixed it. But it looks to me like this is leaking now. So it looks to me like that compression fitting is also leaking, so that needs to be fixed also. So I'm gonna shut this off, go home and get some Teflon tape and redo that. It's this fitting here to this fitting here that looks like it's leaking. So I gotta go get some Teflon tape. I was told I didn't need it, but I do need it. That's what he put there. That one's not leaking. So yeah, I gotta fix that one too. I added a threshold, this threshold here between these two floors. And the door closes beautifully. I have to go home and get some caulk. I'll put some caulk down in here and over in there. And then this side, I need to go get an oscillating tool and cut some of this back so this threshold can slide underneath on both sides. And that's what I'm gonna do next. I also painted there. This wall, this circuit box needed to be fit in and plumbed. So once that was done, and I found some really long screws, because the screws that come with it weren't long enough, I put the new screws in, and then I painted this. And I painted this interior archway the same color as this, what we call the ante room. The room outside of both of the bathrooms. Bathroom there, bathroom there. I'm not sure Virginia will dress this up. She's way more of a designer in that regard than me. I did design that cabinet. And built it. That's the extent of my designing. I also did some painting in here to touch up, and it is the wrong color paint. So I found the right paint, and I will come back and do that later. And now I'm going to paint this wall, which will match that color right there. That's what I'm doing next. Decided to use a brush. It's not a big area. Didn't want to get a roller all messy again. Just trying to get all the spots. Gonna leave that like that. So this will probably need another coat, and then I'll coat all those areas, and I will do it with a roller at that time so it looks more professionally finished. This doesn't look bad, but roller looks very different. So we'll see. So I put some Teflon tape in that joint, and it seems to be not leaking. It wasn't easy. It's a really tight spot in there with 2 wrenches, but you can see the Teflon tape. And that's what Corky did on this side too. So we're all good. The top frame is now on, and they're going to put the roof on tonight. This is going to be covered, and it'll fill in there and wrap around to the front. So I think you'll just use one piece and cut a section out so it wraps around. He did the same thing over here, and I'll be painting all of this again because I picked the wrong color, as you can see. So I'll be painting this all over again. But I'm gonna wait till he puts this piece on. It'll go here and wrap around to the front. Same way he did this. So this is nice. So the roof went up. Just have to put some cleaning or whatever you put down first, like a waterproofing and then shingles. But today I'm gonna paint those posts same color as the gray here. Perfect. He's almost done with the molding over there, and I'm gonna touch up paint. Finished. That area is touched up. Still a little wet. Done. The doors are on. That's one, and the handles. That door. And that door. Okay, the portico is finished, painted and roofed. Looks good. Really good. And the planter is in place. We're gonna get more of this kind of stone right here and put it around the outside. And the other planter will go on that side of the house. Gonna put a door here to easily turn the cold and hot off for drainage in the winter. And even a door here to get in and out. This will all be washed. They're gonna finish this today. Put all of these boards along the top to cover that. And then they will do under there also. And that will be the final closing in underneath. So they painted around the edges of that, and that looks nice and clean. They blew off the deck for us, both decks. So that looks good. We cleaned up this whole area down here and blew this stuff away because we're having the inspector come. So this is all cleaned up so the inspector can see the electrical stuff without a problem. It's all cleaned up. So we are ready for inspection and we hope it goes well. All of that's been left open. The only areas that were covered with insulation are the areas that there is no wiring, so the inspector can see this really well. So we are hopefully we'll pass that without any problems. The two planters are in place, and this whole side over here is now very clean. All along here, very clean, and everything is buttoned up. I forgot to paint up there. He finished doing that. He took the paper and stuff like that that was protecting that window. He took that off. So a lot of things got done.